A few months ago, I moved into a new neighborhood and started living alone. The house wasn't big, but it was cozy, just the right size for one person. After work each day, I had a routine. Make myself a cup of tea, sit on the couch to watch some TV, and then head to bed early. It was my peaceful time, enjoying the rare solitude. That night, everything seemed normal. After work, I made a simple dinner, then sat on the couch and turned on the TV. Outside, the sky was pitch black, the neighborhood was quiet, and only a few houses had their lights on. It was around 10:30 p.m. when my phone suddenly rang. The screen showed an unknown number. I hesitated for a second, thinking that a call this late couldn't be good news. But out of curiosity, I swiped to answer. "Hello," I asked cautiously. On the other end was a deep male voice. "Do you know there's someone in your backyard?" My heart skipped a beat and I froze in place. I immediately stood up, walked to the window, and gently pulled back the curtain. The backyard was quiet, and under the faint glow of the outdoor light, I saw nothing unusual. I swallowed hard, my voice trembling as I asked, "Who are you? What are you talking about?" But the call ended abruptly. When I tried calling back, no one answered. I stood by the window for a while, trying to convince myself it was just a prank call. But the unsettling feeling wouldn't go away. To reassure myself, I decided to check the backyard. I switched on the porch light, walked to the back door, and slowly unlocked it. As I pushed it open, a cold breeze swept in, making me shiver. I stepped out into the yard and looked around. There were no footprints, no signs of anyone being there. Everything looked exactly as it should. But my heart was racing, and something felt off. Just as I was about to head back inside, I heard a soft cough from the corner of the yard. I froze, every muscle in my body tense. That sound, it was real. I didn't dare to look in that direction. Instead, I moved slowly back toward the door, trying not to make any noise. My back pressed against the cold wall as I inched closer to the entrance. Then, footsteps slow and heavy came from the darkness, as if someone was deliberately approaching. I shoved the door open, rushed inside, and locked it behind me. Suddenly, there was a loud bang on the door, as though someone was trying to force it open. My heart pounded in my chest, my mind spinning with fear. I ran through the house, pulling the curtains close and turning on every light. My hands trembled as I moved, unsure of what to do next. Minutes passed, and everything outside went silent again. I stood in the middle of the living room, breathing heavily, my mind racing. Just then, my phone rang again, the same unknown number. I answered it, my voice shaking. "I told you," the deep voice said again. "There's someone in your backyard." This time, I could hear the coldness in his tone, a mocking edge that sent chills down my spine. Panicking, I rushed back to the window and yanked the curtain open. Outside, the backyard was still empty. Only the swaying shadows of trees danced in the wind, mocking my fear. I stood there, my phone still clutched in my hand, listening to the dial tone after the call ended. My mind was buzzing, my heartbeat echoing in my ears. I was about to set the phone down when, suddenly, there was a dull, heavy knock at the front door, breaking the eerie silence. The sound wasn't like normal knocking, it was more like something heavy slamming against the door. I sat down on the floor, my eyes fixed on the door, too scared to move. No one spoke from outside, just the relentless pounding on the door. I couldn't move a muscle, as though something outside was waiting for me to open it. I wanted to call the police, but my fingers trembled so much I could barely hold the phone. Then, just as suddenly, the knocking stopped. The outside world went quiet again, as if no